Today we will unbox and show you everything you need to know about the all-new Shuttle ZipBoard by SWAGTRON. My name is Josh from SWAGTRON, and not only will we be unboxing the brand new one-of-a-kind Shuttle ZipBoard from SWAGTRON, but we will also go through some tips and best practices when it comes to charging, storing, and caring for your ZipBoard. So stick around for that and let's jump right into it. So when we first open up the box, we have this flap right here with a simple diagram of the ZipBoard and some quick tips for how to ride it. Not only should you read everything on this panel before you ride, but I also recommend you watch our in-depth how to ride tutorial that has a little bit more information than what's on this panel right here. You can also scan this QR code and it will take you to some additional information. So when we open it all the way up, you will see we also have this packet of information. There's some good stuff in here, so you should read this all the way through as well. And there's a QR code right here, which will take you to the full ZipBoard manual. Definitely read that too before you actually get on the ZipBoard. And then you can see we have some extra packaging as well to keep the ZipBoard nice and snug. And then we have the ZipBoard itself, which of course looks awesome. And I'm super excited to show you everything about this, but there is one more thing in here, which is extremely important, and that is the charger. It's very important to keep track of and to not lose this specific charger, because using any charger other than the one that came in this specific box could damage your ZipBoard, even if the plug seems to fit. We'll talk a little bit more about charging the ZipBoard a little bit later, but for now, let's clean this up and take a closer look at the ZipBoard itself. As you can see, this is unlike any other rideable on the market. We like to say you take a snowboard, surfboard, skateboard, and hoverboard and combine them all into one, and that's what gives you a ZipBoard. It's perfect for kids that love skateboarding, hoverboards, snowboarding, or surfing, because riding it kind of feels like all those things in one. And even kids who don't necessarily have experience with any of those board sports or with a hoverboard will still be able to ride this thing super easy because of all the built-in beginner-friendly features that we will talk about in just a minute. But first, let's show you how this thing works. This is a self-balancing board, so it does have a lot of the same technology you might find in a hoverboard. However, the riding style and feel could not be more different. Instead of like with a hoverboard where you ride with your toes pointing forward, with this you ride it sideways with one foot in front of the other. Also, much like a hoverboard, there are sensors built into the 2 foot pads. So if you feel right here on the triangular part, you can actually feel a button that gets pushed in when someone's standing on it. These are the sensors that tell the board whether or not a rider is actually standing on the board and whether or not it should be self-balancing. With that being said, the ZipBoard does have a front end and a back end. The front end being the one with the LED headlights, and the back being the side with the built-in assist wheel. More on that later. When the ZipBoard is on, which is done by pushing the silver button right here on the front foot pad, and the button in the front foot pad is pushed in, once the board gets level, it will actually start to self-balance. So when you shift your weight towards the front foot pad, the board will speed up, but when you shift your weight towards the back foot pad, the board will slow down. Turning is also super easy and a lot like a hoverboard. If you shift your weight towards your toe on the front foot pad, the board will turn towards your toe. And if you shift your weight towards your heel on the front foot pad, the board will turn towards your heel. For more instructions on how to ride it, please check out our how to ride tutorial. There is a lot of useful information in there. Now let's talk about that assist wheel. It is a smart and self-retracting assist wheel, so when you pull it out fairly quickly, it will stay up. And then it will stay up until you actually put some weight on it, and then once the weight is pushed on it and taken off, it will flip back up and out of the way. This, along with the 2 different riding modes, will help you go from a beginner to a pro in no time at all. So to change the mode on the ZipBoard, first you have to turn it on, again using this silver button in the front foot pad. and then take the ZipBoard and put it on its side like so. Once the ZipBoard's on its side, this silver button will do something completely different. It will change the mode.
Switch to beginner mode.
If you press it, you can hear it say either switch to beginner mode or switch to normal mode.
Switch to normal mode.
These two modes will set the max speed for the ZipBoard. Normal mode will have it go all the way top speed at 7 miles per hour, while beginner mode limits it to only 3 miles per hour, which is perfect for beginners who want to limit their max speed while they're learning. Now, right next to that silver button is the charging port, and let's grab that charger from earlier. This is where you will plug in your charger. And again, remember, only use the charger that came in the package with your ZipBoard. Even if you have another charger that actually fits into this charging port, make sure you are only using the one that came in this box. Using any other charger can damage your ZipBoard. Always triple check that your ZipBoard is turned off before you try to charge it. And never try to ride the ZipBoard or turn it on while it's charging. So when you want to plug it in to charge, make sure that the notch in the charger fits with the notch in the ZipBoard charging port. The ZipBoard charges in just 4 to 5 hours, so it's important not to charge your ZipBoard for more than 5 hours. I recommend setting an alarm whenever you plug in the ZipBoard to remind you to unplug it once it's finished charging. When the ZipBoard is finished charging, the light on the charger will turn from red to green, and that's how you know it's all the way charged up, so you're free to unplug it and go out and ride. This ZipBoard also has SWAGTRON's LiFePO battery, the safest battery on the market. Even though the battery is non-combustible and non-flammable when used properly, it's still a good idea to follow these tips to make sure your battery lasts as long as possible. Whenever you are finished riding your ZipBoard and you've used some of that battery, it's important to plug it in and charge it all the way up. Also, never store the ZipBoard with a depleted battery, and never store it where it's too hot or too cold. A good rule of thumb is if you're uncomfortable, the battery's probably uncomfortable as well. Of course, make sure to check the manual for more details on this. And if you don't ride the ZipBoard for a while, it's a good idea to plug it in and charge it up every so often, since, like I said, it's not a good idea to leave the ZipBoard sitting for long periods of time without any charge. One other awesome feature that's one of my favorites about the ZipBoard is the built-in Bluetooth speaker. So once the ZipBoard is on and there's nothing already connected to it via Bluetooth, it will show up on your phone as SWAGTRON music. And then you can click on that and play whatever music you want right off of the ZipBoard. And one more tip before you ride, the silver power button will also help you calibrate your ZipBoard. First, make sure the ZipBoard is turned off, then take a level or a level app on your phone and place it on the front foot pad like so. And when the board is nice and level, you can push and hold this button and keep holding it till you hear this sound. That sound will keep playing to let you know that the ZipBoard is finished calibrating. Once it plays once, you can take your finger off of the button and the ZipBoard will turn off. Then it's a good idea to turn it on and test it out before you ride. Now, if you still haven't seen our in-depth how to ride tutorial, definitely check that out before you ride because there's lots of great information on there. So that's all. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. And of course, if this video helped you out, we would appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. And feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching.